Hello everyone, Maria Banga here. Maria Banga, aka Mag, chiming in from Douala, Cameroon. I am a psychotherapist. I am a lawyer. I am so many things in one, but I'm a person with a lived experience of post-traumatic stress disorder, and I'm going to be doing this. I don't know how many episodes or stuffs I'm going to do regarding my experience reading What Happened to You, this book by Oprah and Dr. Perry and Oprah. I don't even know the full title. So let me go back to it. Let me go back to the title. Let me go back to the title. What's the title of this wonderful book? I don't even know if I should be happy I'm reading it, or if I should be hurt, or if I should just, I'm all over the place, but that's part of it too. It's with traumatic. Conversations on trauma, resilience, and healing. So I think I'm still on the first part, the trauma part. So I think that's why it's opening up some old wounds, and yeah, I'm almost 50% gone, but I'm not going to continue reading it, because I'm actually still in bed, and it's 8 a.m. my time, past 8 a.m. Normally by this time I will have been ready to get going with my day. It's a Sunday, and on Sundays I'm in school. I'm back in school. I am a Commonwealth scholar doing an MSc from the University of Lancaster in professional practice healthcare. So I study on Sundays, and I usually get going early. I sometimes work out when I wake up, but I didn't work out this weekend. I worked out 4 times last week. So I'm just going to keep my experience real. I don't want it to be polished. I don't want it to be talking from a professional point of view only, and like it's them that are talking about people who are traumatized and or who have had traumatic experiences in life. No, I am that person. So as much as I work as a psychotherapist, as much as I am my own therapist, and I have other therapists too. Even Dr. Ramani, I just watched one of her videos this morning. She was saying her therapist too had that. So this is also something we have to kind of like get out of our system, thinking that people who are up there offering services don't need services themselves. Like we think the doctor doesn't have an operation. We think the doctor doesn't get sick and goes to the hospital. We think the pastor, the preacher, whoever, they don't have their own issues as human beings. Maybe because people, hold themselves on a high pedestal and stuff like that. And so, no, so that's why I really keep it real. And I'm a person with a lived experience, and I really have no problem talking about that. So I'm just going to be talking about my experiences reading this book. It might be in 2, 3, 4, 5 videos. I don't know. I'm just going to keep them short because I don't want somebody to be watching for long and then go back. There are people who might watch who have had traumatic experiences in their lives, and I'm also working with people, and any of them can watch this, and I don't want people to stay too long watching any of this. So if you really want to follow me through this journey, you will have to subscribe to my channel. You will have to, come back each time to check or get the notification if I've put up a video, and the titles are going to be glaring. It's all going to be experience 1, reading What Happened to You. Experience 2, reading What Happened to You. My experience 3, reading What Happened to You. So this first video is just to kind of introduce this series I'm going to be doing. I'm hoping I can do them on Sundays. I don't know. Any day it occurs to me to do a segment of it or a series or talk about it, I'm going to do that. But today I just want anybody who would watch this video to know that I'm going to do this, and it might be your journey too. You might not read the book, but you might kind of read it vicariously through me, and you might have had a diagnosis of something. Post-traumatic stress disorder is what I see a lot in the book, because it's actually a lot about trauma, and or you might not have, you might not have had, and you're still trying to figure out what's going on with you. Right? People keep saying, "What's wrong with you?" But the question indeed is what happened to you, because a lot of times, and what I do with clients, even without having read this book, is I take them back. I look at their lives in sequence, like 0 to 10 years, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, and so on and so forth. Or we even come down to 0 to 5, and then I pinpoint where something really happened, and then we formulate that, and then we walk through it that way, because I a cognitive behavioral therapist, certified. So that's my approach, and it also helps me, right? I want to go through the thought process, the cognition. And sometimes, to understand even the thought process of today, you have to understand what happened back then and what was the thought process back then, so that you can understand somebody's behavior today, based on all of that. And then we see how we can make, these adjustments, what they call here, the response pattern. A 2-year-old's response is different from a 20-year-old response, but sometimes you see a 20-year-old responding to events like a 2-year-old should, and you will not understand why they're doing that. And you might sometimes even chastise them and bash them and say, why are you that childish? You don't know that they are still stuck there as far as that particular incident is concerned, and they're being triggered all over again, they're being exposed all over again. And oh my goodness, if I have to start talking about this book, I will do an hour. So I'm just going to say, well, I have learned so much already. I knew some of those things because I studied them in school, but reading it and seeing the case studies, and Oprah herself, the big almighty or super Oprah, share her personal experiences this way and say how it took her 40 years to even get to some realizations. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm 42, so I'm good to go. I thought I'd come a long way, but it has just opened up some old wounds again. And sometimes you just have to keep doing that so that you can really get better, to the point where you can help other people too, right? From A Course in Miracles, I read, the healer doesn't give out any healing they themselves don't need. A teacher teaches what they need to learn. That's why I say I'm a spiritual teacher and I'm a spiritual student, and that is what it is in the book. We are students and teachers to each other, So I learn a lot from my clients, and I also give a lot to my clients. And this whole idea of the teacher knows it, or no, the teacher doesn't know it, or the teacher learns every day in the classroom. The teachers have to come down to the level of the students and make the students understand that I'm just learning as much as you. I'm learning from you just as much as you are learning from me. So this is what the experience has been for me, and it is so special an experience because I bought the book with a gift card, given to me by a dear sister. I wanted to get the book and I asked for $15. I thought that was what it was going to cost me. Fortunately, she sent me $50 and the book was $16.99 or something like that, the Kindle version, which I got because I couldn't wait to get the hardcover. I'm in Cameroon anyway. How was it going to get to me and all of that? So happy Sunday, everybody. This is just going to be like kind of all over the place. I'm really keeping it real. You see, I'm in bed. I didn't even want to go and sit down properly somewhere. I didn't want to get to the office. I don't want it to be filtered. I hope nobody's going to be triggered. It's going to help people more than it hurts. Let's hope. But this is it. It's all about my experience. So let's see, maybe tomorrow, maybe whenever, maybe later this afternoon, I'm going to do another segment, maybe taken from chapter. I don't know. Let's see how it goes, right, everybody? Well, stay tuned. Come back. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful Sunday, everybody. God bless us all.